and we've managed to close that down and turn it into a rehabilitation center as part of our efforts to really tackle crime in a smart way. And I'm very, very proud of that. We've invested so much in juvenile justice since I took office, and youth detention has gone down considerably since 2018, and we have not seen a commensurate increase, anything to suggest that that is leading to an increase in crime among the youth. That's why we've invested $9.3 million in American Rescue Plan funds to create this diversion center. It's the Youth Diversion Center. It provides a safe and supportive environment for kids to be able to reintegrate eventually into their communities. And these are folks, kids who have been detained for low-level offenses and who otherwise would end up in a detention facility. This is the grand opening is today, and I'm really happy to be able to show the community what this place actually looks like. When we look at the kids who interact with the criminal justice system, it's usually these minor issues. And so that's what we're trying to tackle here. It's for kids ages 13 to 18, and that's because that's 90% of the kids who are right now part of our criminal justice system. They are 13 to 18. Something I want to note here is in Texas, the age of adult criminal responsibility is 17. So if you're 17-year-old and you are arrested for a low-level offense, and the two most common low-level offenses that 17-year-olds are arrested for are theft and drug possession, you will end up in adult jail and potentially adult prison. So this program is a game changer for all the kids that are going to be here, but it is especially a game changer for those 17-year-olds who, if they ultimately do make it into the criminal justice system, are going to be in with adults all the way up to all ages. And so we are I'm particularly proud of that. Those 17-year-olds don't have access to mental health diversion in Harris County as it stands today. The crimes that would be diverted to this diversion center, truancy, running away. Kids are charged with running away when they leave home without guardian permission, and sometimes it's about being thrown away. Sometimes it's parents that are forcing their kids out of their home. Incorrigibility or unruliness. So this is kind of catch-all for kids that defy directives from parents or other positions, figures of authority. Underage drinking, curfew violations. So in Texas, minors are not supposed to be out 10 to 16 years of age between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. So they could end up also in the justice system because of that curfew violation. It's not a complete list, but it's an example of what may qualify and what definitely will not qualify. Any kids whose offenses have involved a weapon or bodily harm to others. Those kids obviously would not be able to be diverted. And so the ultimate decision will be the juvenile probation facility, obviously in coordination with the DA's office. And the guardian must sign off, parent or guardian. There's no mental health requirement, although of course these kids will likely have some sort of mental health issue, behavioral health issue, but they will receive the supportive services to address that. Services, tutorial, like we heard, mental health treatment, crisis intervention, family counseling, parenting skill development for the parents, quality recreation, basically everything that the evidence shows these kids need in order to really thrive. They'll be regularly assessed, and when the experts, the professionals here assess that the children are ready to return to their homes, to society, they will do that, and they'll be tracking them. The Youth Diversion Center had a soft opening last week, so there are currently 5 kids already that are taking advantage of these services, 3 boys and 2 girls. And I was just hearing the first boy that was admitted. He's been here for just a little bit, and he's thrilled to be here, to have this opportunity. He wants to stay longer. So far so good. And look, I want to say outright that these programs not every case is going to be a success, okay? Not every case is going to be a success. But if and when there is a case that is not an unmitigated success, that's not a reason to shut down a program that we know works. And so I'm very proud to be here celebrating this beautiful space, but I'm not going to pretend like every single kid that comes through here is not going to recidivate, or that there's never going to be an issue. Because as hard as everybody tries, and as professional as everybody is, at some point there's going to be a challenge. But we need to stop having those knee-jerk reactions of saying, lock everybody up. We tried that. It didn't make us safer. And you know what? With the efforts we've implemented in Harris County over the past few years, not caving to what politically sounds good, we are now seeing that decrease in violent crime, 10% decrease in crime, not just in Houston, but in Harris County. And a lot of that are factors beyond our control, but a lot of that is also factors that we can control. And we're going to continue going with what the research says. So the research very much supports what we're saying. The Annie E. Casey Foundation and so many others show that kids that are diverted out of the criminal justice system are many, many times less likely to recidivate, and also that these kinds of programs save the taxpayer money. It's much more expensive to keep a child incarcerated than to have a child with these kinds of support systems. So whichever way you look at it, whether it's from the perspective of the child, the families, the justice system, which is already bursting at the seams, the taxpayer, the research. This is a wonderful program. I wish it could be larger. This is American Rescue Plan funding. The Kinder Institute is going to be evaluating it at their expense, and we hope that it'll serve around 600 kids in the 3 years that the funding will be for, and after that we hope we'll be able to have funding to continue this.